Michelle, and this is Wednesday. I want to talk to you about a movie called Revenge of the Nerds. I've been working on a comic, so what I like to do is kind of put a movie on in the background that I've either seen before or that I can let go and not actually have to see. You know, I can just kind of like do my drawings and not actually pay attention. So I'm looking through my Netflix and it's like, oh, Revenge of the Nerds. And I'm like, I haven't seen that before, I don't think. So I'll watch it. It's some big cult 80s film. This movie is racist and misogynistic and ridiculous. And I was just like, oh, this movie is just as racist as that movie The Toy. If you remember that, that was with Richard Pryor, where a kid, like, makes some African-American man be his toy slave. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm thinking, oh, that must have been from the 70s or something. No, that movie was from 1982, and this movie is from 1984. So the 80s were a time of racism. Obvious racism in movies. I don't understand, like, the big cult, you know, what's so great about this movie. I think it's interesting to look at the nerds now because they look like the hipsters now. So, like, what was kind of nerdy then is really cool now for the hipster population. What else? The movie is about these two nerds who finally get to college, and it's kind of funny a little bit. Like, when you see them, you think the movie's going to be really funny and cute a little bit, and it turns out to be not like that. They go to college, the parents drop them off, and that was kind of funny because the dad was kind of funny. And they get to the freshman hall, everybody's fine. Then the seniors burn down their fraternity place, so the coach makes them take over the freshman hall and kick out all the freshmen. The freshmen had to wait in a gym until either they were picked at another fraternity or found a place to live, and no one would take the nerds in, which that part was a little bit funny, the montage of them trying different homes. And then they decide to build their own place, and it makes the other fraternity jealous because I don't know why. And then because of all the hazing that the senior fraternity does to these freshmen, they decide that they have to make their own fraternity so that they can get, this is how stupid this movie is, so that they can get onto the fraternity board and make them stop throwing bricks in their windows, basically. So, you know, they're like, we're gonna join Lambda Lambda Lambda, which turns out to be an African-American fraternity, which is supposed to be some giant joke. And then, when they get to the board to complain about something, they're like, well, you can only, you know, be in charge of the fraternity board if you win this and this, and win this actual, it's like some stupid, like, I don't know what you would call it, like where they have to run around and do stuff. It's so dumb. And then they have like this end part where they have to put on a skit, and that's like the big point winner about whether or not they get to be in charge of the fraternity board. Fraternal board? Anyway, so I'm not going to tell you much more beyond that other than the fact that this movie cracks jokes at black people, makes fun of Asians and their accents, and makes them seem really dumb. And also makes it permittable to stick cameras in the sorority so they can look at them naked and watch them all day. And then there's another part where Anthony Edwards basically rapes a woman. No. She thinks it's her boyfriend, but he's wearing a mask. And then afterwards he takes the mask off and she's not like, oh my god, you raped me. She's like, you were kind of good. Let's do it again. It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Anyway, whoever made these movies needs to stop. So I would say don't watch this movie. This is a review of what you shouldn't watch. And if you really think the movie's good and think that it had some comedic points that were great, You can go ahead and tell me in the comments. I read them all. I don't always respond because I'm shy like that. But I will read them, and I'll either, I don't know, just, you know, whatever about this movie. Revenge of the Nerds, I don't get it.